All right. Well, I decided to get real deep and personal and express some very personal things that I've went through throughout my life, and I put it down on paper, and I'm going to read it to you. It's very personal. It's sad. It's disturbing, but the end message is that I made it through, and God give me the strength. So, all right. Since I've escaped my prison, I have learned to search for answers and not let anything dim my light or my authenticity. Okay, here we go. You know, I have to commend my mother for being the greatest example. When we have deep conversations about what I've went through and everything, it gets real. It pulls out a lot of things that are hurtful, that are questionable, that are sometimes unbelievable, but we talk through it. And I'm so glad I have my mama for that. I'm so glad I have her to be there with me through all of this. I get to share that with her. I don't get to share that with anybody else. So she's seeing my growth. She's seeing my journey. She is seeing and heard what I've went through. And some of the things that I have shared with her are scary, are traumatic, and I'm still dealing with those things today, but I'm a lot stronger now than I was before then. I've come a long way. I've healed. I've had to meditate. I've had to pray. I've had to look deep within myself and fix things I did not like. I had to come to the realization that, you know, I don't have to believe the lies that other people tell me that I am, because I know different. I know that God created me and that He loves me, and all the negative thoughts and projections and things that people say about me, that does not make them real. That does not make them who I am. But I wanted to share this journey with you about how things got started um, when I entered into this narcissistic relationship 11 years ago, and how I got, I guess, tricked, conned, bamboozled, whatever you want to call it. But these are some of the things that was put in my head, put in my mind, and things he made me believe about myself, about our relationship, about everything, that made me question myself, question reality, question who I was, and everything. But yeah, I just want to share that with you. And this is deep, and it's personal, but it's part of my life. It's part of my journey. It's part of my healing, and yeah, I just want to share it with you. And me, I'm very honest. I'm very blunt, because I tell the truth and I expect the truth to be told to me, and no sugarcoating shit, nothing. And if you do come to me and we do talk or whatever, I'm always honest. I'm always blunt about it. That's just the way to be. The way I've always thought is maybe the truth is what you need to hear. And sometimes the truth hurts. And my mom, oh my God, she's grown so much. I'm so proud of her. We can talk about anything, and she takes my criticism and what I think, and you know what, she thinks on it, and she's like, you know what, you're right. And because she takes what I give her and works on herself with it, she's become so awesome, and she's healing so much, and I'm so proud of her. We both have had a really long journey, and I'm so glad I get to share these things with her, And as crazy and wild as it may be, she accepts me and my truth and my story and believes me. And that is the biggest thing, for someone not to call me crazy, for someone to believe what I've been through and take it as truth and not bullshit. And I love that I have her in my life so I can share things with her. And I hope this message, as raw as it is, reaches someone that is in this situation, that it may help them to realize they don't have to be stuck. They don't have to believe the lies of the narcissist. They don't have to believe that they're less than. They don't have to be controlled. All they got to do is go to God. God will give them strength. God will give them answers. God will pull them out. All they have to do is ask. But I just want to share this with you. I know I've been talking and I hadn't been getting to it, but here we go. Here's my journal. Okay. I have to commend my mother for being the greatest example when I have a deep conversation about the past and everything we've been through. Things said sometimes trigger me to disagree and be brutally honest. And sometimes it cuts like a knife and may cause her to really look at herself and point of view of on what she has said. And I'm so proud of her. I really am. I'm proud of you, Mom. I love you. I'm proud of you. She took it like a woman and says, you're right. You're right. It takes guts and courage to admit when you're wrong about something. I am impressed. I am truly impressed. Most people would stay in denial and argue with me instead of facing yourself or the situation as it truly is. She has grown so much, and I'm extremely proud of her. She reads her Bible every day, and we watch our church shows every morning. She has gotten to grow with me through the spiritual awakening. Things are so different now since I know who I am now. And I am free. I am free. Yep. I'm becoming me again. And that feels so good because I lost myself. I really did. And it feels so good. Before, I really didn't have good self-esteem. And when I met my husband, the one I'm divorcing, finally, we were friends for a year, and he chased me, which I loved because I don't chase. Even when I wasn't interested, he still pursued. He became my best friend. I shared everything with him, and I trusted him. I really did. I opened up, and I usually don't do that. I shared everything with him, and I trusted him because he always acted like he was my protector. Yeah, that's what it seems like at the beginning anyways. If anybody's been with a narcissist, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And he told me he had a dream of me as a child, and he even drew a picture of me. And he showed it to his friends and everything. And what's wild is once I got here to Mississippi, his friends and family said, "Oh yeah, he did." That was wild. So I guess it went with everything that he has told me, but that doesn't make everything that he said true. It was just an angle. They like angles. But maybe he did. I don't know. If he did, that's pretty awesome. Don't know. Anyways, back to the story. All right. That sounded wild, but cool. Little things like that, trying to make me feel like he was my soulmate, even telling me that he had knowledge of me and we were together in a past life. I didn't believe him, but he continued to tell me things like he had information about me that was top secret and that he wasn't supposed to tell me. And if he did, something bad would happen to him. And I begged him not to tell me. I begged him, but he told me anyway. Later on, I got blamed for everything. So I wish he didn't. But I'm kind of glad he did because it made me try to find myself. it made me be more aware to BS and look for answers when usually I would just take your word for it and um, like, okay, okay. But he taught me a lot in this relationship, and I don't regret it at all. I am so much stronger. I'm wiser, everything because of him. And so, even though it's been a rough 11 years, I'm thankful for it and I'm grateful for it. All right. So he told me anyway, even after I begged him not to, that I was a blue alien and to never do a DNA test because they would know who I was and they would take me away from him. Thought that was really wild. I was like, oh yeah, okay, sure, whatever. But I loved him and I believed him, and it kind of made me feel like I was like in one of those uh, X-Men movies or something. I was like cool and different and everything. So I went with it. All right, hell yeah, if this is our love story and everything, okay, cool. So yeah, I don't mind being a blue alien. Hell yeah, I'd be different, right? Anyways, back to the story. Let's see. And that never to do a DNA test because they would know who I was and take me away from him. I thought he was crazy as hell, but a couple of years ago, I did one anyway because he always lies. He always lies. And I wanted to find out for myself. So, well, I did it, and it actually says I have some unidentified DNA, which is wild, crazy, and cool. So I was like, whoa, that's awesome. So that's mind blowing. And something else is wild. I took one of those tests you see to see if you're a star seed off of Facebook, just to do a little more digging about the blue alien part. And it said only 3% of the population have it. And my star seed test said that I was Arcturian. And check it out. It's a blue alien. Wild, right? Crazy. But that's what it said. That's what it said. I even took a screenshot of it. It was amazing, and it described me and my personality. I'll take it. Somebody can call me crazy, whatever. I did the test. I'm researching all this stuff I've been told. Sorry, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But I said, oh my God, and it's blue. I'm floored. Okay. For 11 years, I've never believed it. I wanted to, but there's no proof. You know what I mean? There's no proof. But it's crazy with the unidentified. Yeah, somebody can say, well, that's just DNA they haven't mapped yet or something. But it still seems out of this world, doesn't it? All right. For 11 years, I never believed it because our whole relationship has been lies, head games, torture, beatings, and sexual abuse. Let me tell you. Ugh. There was a couple times I thought I was going to die here in Mississippi. Really, really. But not only that craziness, after we got together, he started stripping me of everything I was, everything that made me me, and demanded me to be a certain way, his ideal wife. And also that he was a rougarou, which was a shapeshifter, like a werewolf from Louisiana swamps. That's wild, and it's scary. I mean, so see, there again, he threw in that with the other stuff and the soulmate, and he dreamed about me. So, he was prepping me, making me feel like it was just me and him against the world and everything, and that our love was special and it's true and unique, and we had something that most of the world didn't have, and it sounded good. It really did. But I almost believed it when he talked and he told his stories. He really sounded serious, and I got to experience his rage, which felt abnormally violent. And he talked about we were married in the past life, but every time he goes through in his head, he tries different scenarios, and in the end, we never worked out, and it made him sad. That sounded insane, but I guess he was right about that. We sure didn't work out. Our divorce is final January 30th of this year. But the whole relationship was about control of me and the situation at all times. He used to tell me that was his favorite game, mind control, making people think and do things that he wanted them to do. And it was a game to him to see how much he could control the situation. So, you know, it all makes sense now, doesn't it? Barely allowed me to leave or work. He wanted me all to himself. Didn't like me going out. Didn't like me meeting people. He thought I was perfect, and he didn't want nobody else to have me see me or have an opportunity to know me because he wanted me all to himself. So he kept me in isolation. It got lonely. It really did. But it's all right. It all worked out for the best. But and sometimes he would tear up the car, or if the car messed up or tore up, he wouldn't fix it. He would put it up on ramps. He would make sure I had nowhere to go. Even if the problem wasn't that serious, he made it serious. So there I was, stuck again. It was out of my control. And I get so sick and tired of people saying, well, you won't work. Look, I was in a situation where I wasn't allowed to work. I wasn't allowed to leave. I wasn't allowed to do a lot of things. And if I did try to go against what he said or did, boy, did I get it. Okay? I got abused. I got neglected. Anything that you could possibly see on a scary movie or one of those killer shows, I've been through it, done it, survived, and now I'm out of it. And I don't want to hear anything else about not working. Because I did work. And when I did work, he made sure that something happened or he would control it or whatever, and I'd have to quit my job and go back home. Okay? All I was trying to do was be a faithful, loyal wife and do what my husband said. So judge me if you want to. Anyways, back to the story. Sorry about that. I know it's a long video, but I had a lot to say and I had a lot to get off my chest because I've been through so much and everybody wants to act like they know what I've been through and they know me. They don't. They don't, because I was never allowed to talk about it. I was never allowed to say anything. I was never allowed to speak of whatever the hell I went through. And plus, when I was a child, I was primed and told by my father, whatever happens in your house stays in your house. So really, I felt like I was on my own, and that's how I lived my life, my whole life. You know, with my first abusive relationship, when I went to him, I didn't get the love that I wanted. I didn't get the, are you okay? Are you sad? I know it's going to hurt your feelings, Dad, but that moment where I needed you, you wasn't there for me. I love you. I forgive you. But I really needed to know that I was loved and worthy enough to be treated good. And when I didn't get that from you, that kind of, I carried that throughout my whole life. Like, well, damn, my dad don't even give a damn, or he didn't care and said whatever goes on in your house stays in your house. Hell, damn. It made me feel like I had nobody to talk to, nobody to turn to. Oh, and if you're worrying about this, yeah, I got hit and in the face by my ex. It ain't never went away. I have to look at that every time I get dressed in the mornings. Just a little reminder of being hit in the face. Anyways, there's that. But I love you, Dad. It really affected me in the way I've carried myself and dealt with relationships my whole life. But I love you, and I'm so glad you're making progress now and reaching out to me and telling me you love me, because it's really important to me to have that father figure in my life. And I'm so glad you're making steps to be that for me. I love you for that. Thank you. But uh yeah, it's been rough, Dad. Been real rough. Okay. He would put my car up on ramps and say I couldn't drive it because something was wrong with it. And it wasn't that serious. Or maybe there wasn't nothing wrong with it. It depended on the situation. Just trying to keep me home alone. One time I had a job and I had made, uh, no, he had made up a rule that I wasn't allowed to talk to men. So being loyal and faithful, trying to please him as a wife should, trying to be worthy enough in his eyes to marry me at his 5-year mark. He said he had a 5-year mark that no woman had ever been able to, reach that 5-year mark and be good enough. So when I went into this relationship, it was a challenge. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be the one. So I made sure to go in the relationship perfect, honest, loyal, not holding back and all that. But it was a big game to him, but I didn't realize it was a big game until the end, till it was too late. But I still kept it 100. And that's the one thing I can say at the end of this relationship. I kept it 100. I'm so proud of myself. I am. I'm so freaking proud of myself. Oh, all right. I didn't speak for more than a year and a half to a man. I didn't. I respected his wishes. I respected his rule. I did it for him to show that I was worthy. I was good enough. I could do it because it wasn't important to me. It wasn't. It wasn't. Making him happy was what was important to me. That was my job. And keeping God happy. But yeah. So I got a promotion at work because I excelled in every department. So they wanted to create a new position. They needed an auditor. I made it. But they had to ask permission to him. They told him, but she's gonna have to talk, is what they told him. And he gave them permission to give me the promotion, and I would be able to talk and everything. Ain't that sweet? What an asshole! What an asshole! But I did it. I did it. Sure did. Sure did. Mm-mm-mm. It's crazy the shit I put up with thinking I had to learn to be good enough. I had never given someone total control over my life before. Ever. I've been so independent. No, there's no way in hell. But I was on a mission with myself to be the best of the best of the best of the best. So I handed it over. I handed it over, and he was supposed to be taking care of me, leading me like a godly man would lead his wife and his family. It, it didn't. It was a big joke. Freaking funny back now that I'm looking back at it. Like, dang, can't believe I really. But I'm glad I did because I have grown so much and it changed me and it made me this perfect person I am today. That now I'm better than I was, and now I'm going to be better than I was now. Well, I'm going to be better now than I am. Okay. But I was trying to be perfect because it was a challenge I had with myself. I promised myself when I started this relationship, I would do everything right with integrity, honesty, loyalty, and not holding back because that's what really matters. That's what really counts. Because if you don't hold back, there's nothing for you to say, oh, I forgot to tell you, or something that you have to explain later because there's nothing to explain because you guys know everything about each other and you express that. You don't hold back. So that builds the relationship. So those are the key qualities to have. You got to have that to make a great relationship work. You can't be lying. You can't be cheating. You can't be holding back. You can't be just telling part truths. You can't. It all comes back to bite you in the ass. Okay? Believe me. I know. I know. That's why this relationship was supposed to be different. And we were supposed to be doing it together, giving the same. I gave, but he didn't. So it was one-sided. It didn't work. He made me feel so loved and like we were different, like an ex men movie kind of shit, you know. We had this thing, this different thing that the world didn't have. Then the name calling, abuse, neglect, telling me my family didn't love me and hired him to get rid of me for a large sum of money. That freaking broke my heart. And he told me for 10 years not to bring it up again, not to mention it, not to say nothing. And I didn't. I didn't say anything to my family. I kept it to myself. I didn't. I just held that hurt and that pain in. God, it was terrible. Oh, Lord. So when I would start getting knocked around and start screaming, he would say, "Go ahead and scream. Nobody will hear you. You're down here in the swamps. And if they do, they ain't going to help you." And it was true. His dad was at the end of the trailer in his room. He heard the screams. Every time he abused me, he was right. Nobody would help me. His dad heard it, but never stopped it. I would feel so alone and scared. He would often control me with fear by telling me if I didn't mind him or follow his rules and do everything he said, he would bury me in the backyard with the rest of them. He would not let me have a phone, so I would have no contact with my family to call. And when I finally did get one, he would go psycho about some shit that didn't even happen. And if I argued, I'd get hit, and then he would break the phone. Yep. Anything I had, I didn't have it long because he would break it too. So I got used to not having anything because I wouldn't have it long. It was very depressing. He also told me I didn't have a soul because I was a woman, that women don't have souls, and would use the Bible to control me because he knew I believed and I was trying to live by it, but would cuss God while he was explaining the meaning of what he thought it meant after we would read the Bible. I wasn't allowed to speak, only to listen. He would always scream, "Silence!" Yeah, I heard that a lot. Every time I would talk, he would say, "Silence!" So sick of hearing that shit. So glad I ain't got to hear that shit no more. I was so lonely, and I felt abandoned by everyone, on my own with a narcissist. He would yell at me that he was the king of Satan's army. So proud, too. So proud. That's sick as hell. God almighty, that's sick. Ugh. Well, I told him, "You're going down, bitch. Haven't you read Revelation? I'd hate to be you. Our side wins." Yep. And I ain't going to be married to you since we are unevenly yoked. And I mean it. I'm not going to be married to someone that thinks that they're the king of Satan's army. Are you freaking serious? I'm not. I'm not on that side. If that's something you like and that's something that you're proud of, go find you a soulmate on that side, not this side. Golly, that ain't going to work. There was my sign. Whew. He made me wait 7 years, 2 extra years over the time limit. And at that point, he still said no. I said, screw it. I don't want it anymore. And if I ain't good enough by now, I ain't never going to be good enough in your eyes. Then he wanted to do it. Of course he did. Of course he did. Because if I walked away, he lost control. So he did it. But see, it sucks because you marry somebody that don't even want to marry you. And then you realize it and you're like, this ain't love. This ain't love. This ain't love at all. Hell, I wanted someone that wanted to be with me. I had been perfect for this man. Perfect. I wish I had never done it. I wish I didn't. I wish I'd walked away then. But I wouldn't have grown as much as I've grown and learned the lessons and everything that I was supposed to learn to be able to heal and grow like I did. So I'm thankful for my journey. I am. I really, truly am. Thank you, Father. I am so thankful. Thankful. Thankful for all this. All right. I just wanted to be loved. And he was good at times, but mostly bad. Please, if anyone is going through similar situations, just know you don't have to stay. You don't. You really don't. Narcissists will tell you anything to control your emotions out of fear. They love to break you down. They love to make you feel like this is it. This is all I got. This is my worth. But it's not true. It's not true. It's an illusion. Remember yourself. Take your power back. Take your power back. Because you have given it to them. You have given it to them when you let them bring you down and keep you down. Take your power back. Take it back like I did. Don't believe what they're saying. Don't believe it. It's easy to believe. They're good at their words. They got a mouthpiece, believe me. But take your power back. Remember who you are inside. Remember who God made you. Remember that strength he gave you inside. And don't let nobody take that from you. Don't let them control you. Don't let them strip that from you. Because you got something in here that they can't have. Power. And it comes from the Holy Spirit, our Heavenly Father above, who makes us. Okay? Just remember that. You can be strong. You got this in you, just like I had this in me. I just forgot. I just forgot who I was. Believe in yourself again, and you can make it out. Look at me, and I went to God, and I prayed, and he made a way. And I said, God's honest truth. I would not be here today without God. Without God. That's it. That's it. He got me through. He got me strong, healthy, balanced. Who I am today. Because of God, not me. There's nothing that I did. I am weak if I don't have God. God is my strength. God is my power. Prayer. Give it all to him. He knows it anyway. He just wants you to bring it to him. He will take care of it. Let God handle your light work. That's what I do. I don't try to seek vengeance. Vengeance is the Lord's. It ain't mine. I don't retaliate. If someone is ill or says something bad about me or does something bad to me, I pray about it, let it go. I give it to God. I let God handle my light work. He can do it the best. He knows ways to get them and get to them where you couldn't even imagine. And it will change them or make them look at themselves in a way that will better them and you and the whole entire world. So when you take vengeance and get angry, that's of the devil. That's what he wants you to do. You ain't got to do that. God can handle it. He's handled all my light work. I don't have to lift a finger. All I got to do is pray and believe, and you best believe it. But I made this video because I wanted to let everyone know I've been through some shit. Some crazy-ass mind games, some crazy-ass illusions, and some of the stories ended up being kind of true. But the point is, that I asked for help. I asked for help, and God pulled me out of it. And if there's anybody out there that's going through this and is thinking that they're stuck, is thinking that they don't have a way out, I'm here to tell you that you do. You do. And it ain't over. And they ain't going to have the last laugh. We are. I love you. I hope this helps anyone that's going through this. And if you haven't never been through this, then thank God for that. Thank God for that. I love you. I hope everyone has a blessed day. And remember to thank God for every day, every single day. And thank him for his grace and blessings upon your life. Be grateful for what you have and thank him for what you have and be grateful even before you get it. Just pray and believe. That's all I can say. And that I relate. And if you want to talk about it, if you want answers to any questions or anything like that you're going through to help you get through it, I'm here for you, and reach out to me. I'll be glad to share my story and my wisdom that I've learned over this decade of my life. I feel like now I'm in that spiritual position where I can help people because I've been there and I've done that. So I'm sorry this is a long video, but I had to get it out. I had to talk about it. I can't keep that kind of thing inside. Things like that will eat you alive. So if you don't want to talk to someone that you trust, someone um, you feel you can be open with, but don't hold it in. And just know that there is a way, and He's it. I love you guys. Hope you have a good day.